That's
Mr. Wiggles likes crawling.
All right, now we're actually live.
Perfect tree for climbing.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
So are we on?
Yes.
Oh no,
So, I
people
mean-
didn't hear
you
me
mean you're-
being nice to him, did they?
I don't
Are you
think so.
You mean, are you filming or are you having the introduction or what's going on?
I'm just waiting for any signs of life out there, and then I will run the introduction.
Nobody's going to be on. Stuart's here.
You gotta
in a
give it about
dress.
18 seconds.
What?
Oh, oh. I got jazz. I can hear jazz in my ears.
I'm just going to have to hear Stuart.
When they were doing the MRI on me for my knee, they had music,
Oh, John's with us.
and I said,
Hi, John.
she said, any music you want. And I said, okay, how about classical? So I don't know how they did it, but classical was playing in this ear and the chipmunks were playing in this ear.
They didn't play any music when they did my MRI.
Well, you guys ready? I'm going to
Yep.
run the intro.
Oh, I thought we were live.
You are live.
Oh, well, then no more being nice to Bud.
Oh, Sandra Loft says, good evening. I can hear you.
Oh, good. That's always a positive thing, Sandy.
Yeah. All right. There you go. You take it away, Bud and Stuart.
Well, I don't know what he wants me to do. Song and dance?
What am I
Yep.
supposed to do?
Carol says, yes, you are on. Pat Krebs says, hi, Lisa, Bud, and Stuart. Introduce your buddy there, Bud.
Wait a minute. There's the first problem. Well, tonight we have Stuart, the punching bag of Bud, on in his dress. He's wearing a dress. Don't let him tell you it's a kilt. It's a freaking dress.
I'm not allowed to show you that it's a kilt.
Oh, I got a full shot for both of you.
Oh, good.
Brian says, this ought to be good. Hold on, everybody.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, so no expletives, or can I say like, Bud, stop being a dick?
Well, no. Wait a
Oh,
minute. Wait a minute.
I should probably explain
Oh.
we have a little card thing. Let me show you guys. Stuart came in and he started bossing me around already. So I have this little card, and this is first person. So this is gonna be Mark Twain, and this is you, as in Stu.
Stuart.
So
He should have just put
So
a
what-
picture of a.
I don't
and
have to go like
he
this.
tells me that whenever I flip the card, he'll flip into Mark Twain. So like if I do this,
How you all doing this evening? It's a pleasure to be here with all you fine people.
okay, and then if I do that,
Lisa made me do it.
oh, okay, I forgot. I gotta flip over. I did this.
I wanted to draw just a picture when Stuart's himself of a jackass. But
Look in the,
Oh, this is gonna be interesting.
how long do I have to hang out with this cretin?
I don't know. As long as you can tolerate it.
all right, I'm done.
Carol Spencer said,
I've been
Stuart,
tolerating it for a long time.
Carol Spencer said, Stuart, you better be nice.
I've been nice.
Aha. See, there you go.
No, it's not me you have to worry about being nice. Tis the other person.
Oh, this one over here.
Sure. Sure, whatever you say.
Yeah.
Talk to the hand.
It'll probably make more
So-
sense than the rest of him does.
All right.
Did I say that Stuart was an ass?
But are you gonna start or are you gonna just abuse Stuart?
Well, I thought that was it. This was called Abuse Stuart Show tonight.
I thought it was the Abused Bud show.
See, we're both on the wrong page.
Oh, Sid Rash is with us.
Why, hey, Sid.
Now listen, he says, my favorite quote of all time and anyone, it's not what we don't know that gets us in trouble. It's what we know for sure that just ain't so. You ringing a bell there, Stuart?
See,
Nope.
that's because
It's
Mark
Mark-
Twain
it's
never
a
wore a
Mark Twain.
dress.
Well, there have been hundreds of quotes that have been attributed to Mark Twain that scholars have said were not. Such as, let's see,
Get that old brain working.
congressmen and babies should be dealt with. Let's see, how the hell did that go?
They're getting their pants, basically.
Yeah, Congresses and babies should be changed regularly and for the same reasons. Has been attributed to Mark Twain, but nobody's ever found anything that determined that was accurate. I don't claim to be a Mark Twain scholar. The man was a prolific writer, being the #1 author in America, to the point where people would write a letter. I got a letter once. It said Mark Twain, USA, and that didn't bother me much. And I got a letter that said Mark Twain, wherever, and that didn't bother me much. And then I got a letter that said Mark Twain, the devil knows, and that did bother me a little bit.
The what?
The devil knows. I'm sure he's a good friend of yours, bud. You know, your profile
Friend.
kind of looks, yeah,
Friend of the devil. He's a friend
friend
of
of
mine.
mine. Yep. Well, you know, we go to heaven for the climate and hell for the company. Although,
Yeah. Ain't that true? Anyway, we got Stuart on tonight, but I wanted to talk a little bit about the weather.
Okay.
everybody talks about the weather, but nobody ever does anything about it.
Well, if you can turn the humidity down, Mark, then do it. But today was, I mean, all this week has been a little bit of a challenge with the weather. We didn't get any rain. I mean, there was no rain virtually at all here.
We got about a 1/4 inch in Rockford.
Oh, it was terrible. I mean, it's really dry. So be watering your plants, everybody. I mean, they're going to need to, if you planted stuff last year, make sure you're watering it now, because it's definitely going to need a drink. Even though it might look okay, they're going to start to stress out. So we've got some stuff in our yard that's stressing out that we planted last year that we're having to water. So, but anyway, we asked Stuart to come on because Stuart assumes a role, not of a jackass like I always say, but of Mark Twain. And when did you start doing it?
I guess it was about 10 years ago, sweetie. Yeah, I was in Midway Village, and I was stopped in Lydia's office. Lydia was the volunteer person and the only one that the blacksmiths ever listened to. And standing next to a Mark Twain poster. She's looking at me. She's looking at the poster. She's looking at me. She goes, "Gee, wouldn't it be great if Mark Twain were at the Chautauqua?" I said, "Absolutely, one of my favorite authors." I said, "Would he be expensive?" She says, "No, I don't think so." So for Christmas, my sweetie bought a white suit, and Mark Twain was reborn.
Wow, I thought it was longer than that.
No, it's only been about 10. See, we've been together 13, so maybe 11 years, 11, 12.
And she plays your wife,
She plays Olivia.
and you have to pay her to do that, right?
Oh, I take real good care of her.
Oh, I bet you do.
I'm an absolute gentleman. Mark Twain was always an absolute gentleman, madly in love with Olivia. Livy, he called her. And the white suit has made a tremendous difference in my life, actually. Because if I run around like this and I act just like this, everybody goes, "God, he's such a dick." And then I put on a white suit, I do the exact same thing, and everybody goes, "Isn't he wonderful?" So the difference between being a dick and wonderful is a white suit.
Really? I thought you'd still be
You
a
should
dick.
get one.
I thought you'd still be a dick.
You should get a white suit, bud. It'll improve your image.
I don't have a suit, and I have to always borrow one when I need one, which is very rare.
They don't make tie-dye suits?
No. Well, I bet they do.
I almost bought you a tie-dye kilt. But you being the sissy that you are,
I would not wear a dress, Stuart. I don't want to wear a dress. It's just not going to happen.
okay. I need to take you to Highland Games, and you can tell that's one of those 300-pounders that's picking up 200 pounds and throwing it 20 feet.
So when you go to this rendezvous in Franklin Grove, will you be wearing a kilt?
Oh, yeah,
Why?
because it's probably going to be hotter than hell.
Oh,
Man, you can just pick these
I
up and
thought-
catch a breeze.
I thought that like when you guys go do those rendezvous and stuff like that, it's supposed to be authentic. So
They were wearing kilts in the 1700s.
in rendezvous,
Great kilts.
Oh,
I imagine some of the Scots were. My great-great-great-great-grandfather, that I'm named after, John Stuart, Scottish.
Oh, I thought you were British.
I got something in my eye, bud.
Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry. We're not supposed to do that, are we? I'm sorry.
That always gets me to be number one.
So we told my mom one time. She came home and said, somebody did this to me. What's that mean? It means you're number one, Mom. What else you gonna say?
Poor mom. She had to put up with Stuart all these years.
I was her favorite.
Oh, I bet you were. Just like the thorn in my ass is my favorite.
Are you going to do anything other than abuse Stuart?
Well, this is Stuart. He's supposed to be playing Mark Twain. I'm just
Oh,
here to
okay.
be
Well, we can go into Mark Twain. I'll go
He's
in-
gonna.
If she holds the card up, I'll go into Mark Twain mode and I'll be much nicer.
Stuart's gonna do.
All right, I'll hold the
recital.
card up, you guys.
He's gonna do a recital.
The card is going to be
You? Me?
you. No, it's going to be this one.
Oh.
You gotta, she's showing it the other way, so you gotta whatever you were looking at isn't what you're supposed to be.
Well, I was born.
A poor man.
Well, actually, yes. See, everybody thinks that I growed up in Hannibal, Missouri. Actually, I was born in the tiny little hamlet of Miami, Florida. Well, close enough. Florida,
Miami,
Missouri.
Okay.
Nope, Florida. Yeah, it was a little podunk town. There was only like 100 people there.
Okay.
So, and there was 99 people there when I was born. I changed the population by 1%. That is more than some of the greatest people in history can say. And I did it for Florida, Missouri. I probably could have done it for London or New York, but no, it was Florida.
Wait a minute now. There's a Florida, Missouri. I know there's a Louisiana, Missouri,
Yes, there is.
and there's
I've been there,
also, I think, a Nevada, Missouri.
Don't know about that one. But I do know there was, at least there was a Florida, Missouri in 1835.
Huh? Was that along the river?
Well, hell yeah, it's along the road. Well, not really. I wish you'd make up your mind.
No, she
Putting
just,
So anyway,
flip it.
I learned to drown in Hannibal, Missouri. Some flatboatmen fished me out of the river one time and took me home and said, Mrs. Clemens, your boy Samuel, he just about drowned again when we fished him out. You probably shouldn't let him swim in that Mississippi. And as she tucked me into bed, she said, I ain't too feared about little Samuel drowning. Not when you're predisposed to being hung.
I don't know what that means, but
Hung? Can we go into my mode?
You?
Yeah,
You?
like that. You know, with a rope.
oh,
What a
okay.
perv. I swear to. However,
Very good.
I can cover myself quickly. Anyway, it has been fun doing the Twains.
Where have you
General-
done them at?
We've done it mostly for museums, libraries, historical societies as fundraisers. We don't charge anything because they don't have any money anyway. That's why they're doing it. That's why they're doing a fundraiser, you know. So we don't charge anything to do it. One of the most fun ones was we did I was a bartender at Bella's Restaurant and Bar in Mount Morris. What was that?
Mount Morris
6
or
years?
Mount Carroll?
Mount Carroll.
Aha.
Aha.
See, Mark Twain has Alzheimer's.
Yeah. Hell, I'm old.
Oh, yeah, I know you're old.
So anyway, we were doing a fundraiser for Guitars for Vets, and we raised enough money to buy like 3 or 4 guitars.
Oh, that's all. I think
was
I
funny.
remember you doing that.
I was bartending.
How many wrong drinks did Mark Twain make?
Mark Twain does not make wrong drinks. Actually, there's a thing called a Mark Twain cocktail. It's made with scotch, imagine that, bitters, and lime juice.
Does it look like the Mississippi River water?
No, it's much clearer than that.
I was just going to say, I thought it would look kind of muddy.
Nope.
So what's the farthest you've traveled to play Mark?
I'm looking over to Livia for that one. Yeah, a couple
Well,
hours.
I mean, where?
Oh, where?
Yeah.
Hell, I don't remember. I'm old.
Oh.
Fulton, I guess.
Fulton, that isn't a couple hours from here.
Well, no. but that's the first one that came to mind.
Heritage Canyon.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
No, it's pretty much just northern Illinois.
Nowhere in Missouri or.
No, you go to Hannibal, hell, you can't throw a rock without hitting a Mark Twain.
Okay.
So,
So you're saying that you'd be out showboated?
no, I just don't want to make them feel bad.
Oh.
But we are one of the few that you get
Husband and wife.
husband and wife.
Wow.
Actually, we had a daughter for one of them one time. That was hilarious. It was at Tinker Cottage in Rockford, a fundraiser. And a friend of ours who's a history nut played one of the daughters.
So wasn't it? Was it Hal Holbrook that played Mark?
Yes, it was. And
remember
he
him.
copyrighted all his stuff. And I remember reading an article about him suing some kid that was using his talks that he got off of different videos and movies and stuff. And Hal Holbrook's office, I guess, filed suit against him. Told him, sent him a cease and desist.
Well, was the kid? What was he using? I wonder what he was using it for. I mean,
Well, I don't know. My talk is all based on Mark Twain quotes that I could verify are Mark Twain quotes. Some of them might be a little fuzzy as to whether they're real, but they've been attributed to him for so long that people pretty much accept it.
well, everybody knows Mark Twain and Tom Sawyer. I mean, that's.
Yeah.
So have you ever had anybody
Huck
play?
Finn's my favorite.
Have you ever had somebody play Tom Sawyer or?
Nope. Just Livy and I. We did have one time. We were doing one for a library.
Dixon?
No, it was Oregon. Yeah, it was the Oregon Library. So I was up there talking and giving my talk, and I did happen to mention the devil and hell and a few things. And afterwards, I had somebody come up and say, did you realize there was a fundamentalist preacher that got his family and left in the middle of your talk because it was too coarse and crass? And I said, I'm sorry, I didn't really notice. However, my daughter was very proud that I refused to break out of Mark Twain and change because these people walked out. That was the only time we ever had anybody walk out on us.
Perfect.
And then sometimes with the first person, me, the funniest thing with that was at Fulton. And after the talk, they asked if it was okay if people from the audience asked questions. So I was taking questions, and some young lady said, so how did you meet your wife? And the first thing that came to mind was, I met her on the internet. And the director of the museum looks over, she says, I think she means by Mark Twain. Oh, yeah. Actually, I fell in love with Livy after seeing a miniature portrait of her that her brother had on a cruise to the Holy Land. And I was immediately smitten and decided I was going to meet this woman. So when we got back to America, I managed to get the brother to invite me over and got to meet her, and damned if I didn't get sick for 3 days, and Livy had to doctor me. So after a while, I asked her to marry me, and she told me no way in hell. And I wrote about 240 letters to her. And the next time I asked her, she told me no way in hell again. And her brother is saying my sister will not marry a writer. And the third time, she finally said yes. So I wore her down.
By writing letters?
Oh yeah, I was a prolific writer. Years later, when Livy was very sick, the doctor decided that I was a bad influence on her and was probably contributing to her illness and that she shouldn't see me. So I left love notes all over the house for her to find.
That's the nicest Mark Twain's ever been.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean Stuart, sorry.
Oh,
Sorry.
oh, hold up the thing. Oh no, flip it the other way so he acts like a nice guy. Yeah. Let's see, what else can I say? I don't know, I've got my notes here from my talk.
He can't remember because he's old.
Damn straight. Well, you know what
And
they
tonight
say.
I'm drinking Leinenkugels, which is another gift. Stuart did give me, and Marianne gave me some Leinenkugels, but also, I'm showing it there, Lisa.
I'm a nice guy.
Also, Rita and Andy Elston gave me some for making their yard beautiful. So I really appreciate it. Thank you.
I'm having water.
Mark Twain was a lightweight,
Not normally.
so he's a lush.
Well, no, he said that. Let's see, what's one he said? Never refuse to do a kindness unless the act would work great injury upon yourself. And never refuse to take a drink under any circumstances.
Oh, never refuse.
Well, hell
He
no.
refused tonight.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
I took a drink.
A water. I guess he didn't specify a drink, but I would think that he meant
Well,
liquor.
he did say taking the pledge will not make bad liquor good, but it will improve it.
Okay.
Mark Twain did not like politicians. In fact, one time, let's see, what did he write? The other day I wrote about the death of a particularly corrupt politician. And while I did not attend the funeral, I did send a note saying that I approved.
So, what did Mark Twain? Didn't he have some involvement in the Civil War? What was his?
Yeah, when the war broke out, they decided to form a little group right there in Hannibal to fight for the South. And of course, I joined up. And we went out to get us some Yankees. And we were cold and wet and hungry and worst 2 weeks of my life. And that's when I decided that being a soldier wasn't for me. So I headed out west, Carson City, Nevada.
Really?
I thought he did some like part of medical or helped with.
No. Nope. That was his total involvement in the Civil War.
I knew that he wasn't involved much, and he didn't like doing what he did.
Headed out west, and that's when I got into. Well, let me give you some history that people probably don't know. Like, why does Mark Twain wear a white suit?
I'm giving him the
Oh.
U card.
Oh, okay. The reason he didn't wear a white suit was because
Didn't
Congress,
wear or
he
did?
did, was because Congress
God.
was voting on new copyright laws, and they were only going to make the copyrights last for a couple of years instead of the years and years and years like they do now, or they did before that. And if you'd ever been to Washington, at that time, you'd notice everybody wore a dark suit. So Mark Twain showed up in a white suit with red socks because he didn't want anybody to think he was a politician. Well, I finished that story. I couldn't go into the next one. I could talk about congressmen.
Okay.
Like, in the beginning, God created idiots. That was for practice. Then he created congressmen. And we all know that when Congress is in session, our life, liberty, and happiness is at risk. And the only difference between death and taxes is when Congress is in session, death doesn't get any worse. America is a country that produces citizens who will cross the ocean to fight for democracy, but not cross the street to vote.
Amen to that one.
And if we would learn what the human race really is like, we need only watch on election day.
Mark, how many novels did you write?
Oh, good Lord.
Do you know? I mean, didn't.
Doc bought me a whole set. Now that, am I Mark? Oh,
Your Mark.
oh, okay. People have asked me about writing my books and why I don't write in this grandiose way and everything. And that's because the great writers write wine. I write water. Everybody drinks water. And there were quite a few of my books banned. which was fine because people tend to love things that people tell them not to read or not to look at. I wish they'd ban all my books.
Uncle Tom's Cabin.
Well, that wasn't written by Mark. That was written by my friend Beecher Stowe.
So,
Yep, she was a neighbor. I went to visit her one time, came home, and Livy noticed that I didn't have my collar or my tie on when I went to visit, which was horribly improper at that time. So I handed him to the butler with a little note, and he took it over and said, "I'm sorry that I wasn't here with Samuel, but I'm here now."
that was Harriet Beecher Stowe.
Yeah, she was a neighbor. Oh, let's see. I do have my notes here because I am old.
Over the hill
Age
and through the woods.
is simply mind over matter. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter. Let's see.
Surprised you didn't give Stuart grief about last week.
We haven't been there yet.
Yeah, it
Oh.
wasn't my fault. I explained to your wife what had happened. We'll discuss. That will be discussed later on in the evening.
We will finish
Yeah.
the chapter before we sign off.
Now, you're probably wondering where I came up with the name Mark Twain, considering that my birth name was Samuel Clemens. Mark Twain is a river term. It has to do with how much water is below the keel of the boat.
I was just going to say it has to do with depth of water, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. You got half Twain, you got quarter Twain. It's all measured there. Mark Twain means that anything over 6 feet under the keel is fine. That's smooth sailing. So Mark Twain means no problems. Just keep on going.
I thought you weren't even a fucking
And-
quarter Twain.
Yeah, I got something in my eye again.
I'm number one again. That's twice tonight.
Anyway, Mark Twain was not the first person to use the name Mark Twain. Actually, there was an old steamboat captain in Cincinnati, I believe it was, who used to write for the local paper and sign stuff Mark Twain. And young Samuel Clemens, who was a printer's devil at the time, full of, as he put it, piss and vinegar, decided to write a letter to the editor that was a little bawdy, for want of a better term, and signed it Mark Twain. And it so embarrassed this poor guy, he never wrote again.
So did some of his stuff get mixed up with the original Mark? I mean,
No, I don't think
with
so.
Samuel's?
Most of them were letters to the editor.
So you don't know, back to the original question, I mean, how many books did he write? I mean, do you have a ballpark figure?
I have a set that's about this long, probably about 30 or 40. Actually, he thought that his best writing was Joan of Arc.
Really? See, now I never heard of that. The only thing I ever heard of was Tom Sawyer.
Tom
I mean-
Sawyer, Huckleberry Finn, Life
Yep,
on the Mississippi.
yep,
Absolutely.
all-
I read all those when I was little.
When we were in grade school, we
Yep.
read those.
But he always felt that Joan of Arc was his greatest novel, but it was not that well received. And did you know Mark Twain wrote the first science fiction story, Time Travel? Connecticut Yankee and King
King
Arthur's
Arthur's
Court.
Court. Sure, I remember reading that.
That was the first book about time travel.
I remember reading that.
Yep. Took Livy to a talk one time by Jules Verne. Man's a hack. He did not like him. He thought he was trying to steal his thunder when Jules Verne started writing. It's called The Painted Lady.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to get it to land. Stay focused,
And then,
Mark.
yeah. Actually, in 1978, they released a bunch of stories by Mark Twain. One called The Mysterious Stranger, which there is a claymation video out. It's a little strange. It's about an angel coming to Earth, and the angel has no concept of good or evil. They don't know. And it's kind of dark. He got very dark when the family all died. He ended up losing his son, one daughter, two daughters.
What?
Two daughters. He had, when he passed away, there was only one daughter left.
Why? What
And-
happened over time?
The son died quite young, diphtheria.
Oh,
Susie, boy, I'm sorry. It's been a long time since I've done this. One daughter had seizures and that. Another daughter died of some fever, meningitis.
Wow.
And then Livy had been frail for a long time. When she died, he just like lost it.
Huh.
And his writings became kind of dark. So when he passed away, the family suppressed it, would not release him because they were afraid it would affect people buying Life on the Mississippi, all the
So
other.
how old was he when he passed away?
75.
Wow.
He came in 1835 when Halley's Comet came through, and he said, the Lord said, these two freaks come in together, they got to go out together. He was born in 1835 and he died in 1910, shortly after Halley's Comet came through again.
Wow.
I think when you've been telling yourself you're going to die when Halley's Comet comes through for your whole life, you always say it would be my greatest disappointment if I didn't go out with it.
It's the year
But anyway,
before
in
my dad was born.
1978, the last living relative of Mark Twain died, which was his granddaughter.
So there's no other living relatives?
No, there's only Orion, his brother's family. There's still some of them around. But as far as direct descendants of Mark Twain, no.
Really? They didn't have any other kids, or?
None of them survived. None of his direct kids survived. Now his daughter had a daughter,
Right.
and when she passed away in 1978, that's when they decided to release his other stories and stuff.
So,
Tales from the Garden of Eden, The Diary of Adam and Eve.
so they didn't she never had any other children?
Nope.
Wow. That's really wild.
So there is no bloodline to Mark Twain anymore,
wow.
to Samuel Clemens, just to his brother Orion.
That's too bad. That's, wow.
Like I say,
that
he
would
was-
kind of depress me.
He was the most famous man in the world in early 1900s, 1890s to 1910.
I
when he
remember,
died.
Lisa, didn't we watch something on Ken Burns, and they talked a lot about Mark Twain?
Yeah.
It was interesting.
There is a film. Edison came over to his house and shot a film of him walking around the house. And there's
Thomas Edison?
yes,
The
and there,
light bulb.
yeah, that guy.
Uncle Fester? No. Who's from the Addams family? Who put the light
was
bulb?
Uncle Fester.
He put the light bulb in.
Yeah. And there is supposed to be a wax cylinder. Before there were the vinyl records,
Oh, okay.
they were done on wax cylinders. And rumor has it that somewhere in the world is a wax cylinder of Mark Twain talking, which would be worth a fortune. Because nobody knows what he sounds like. I mean, we
Oh,
have
really?
plenty of pictures. We have plenty of pictures of him. But that was the only recording. Apparently, that was the only recording that was ever made.
Wow.
So check all the old wax cylinders that when you're in the junk stores. If it says Mark Twain on it, you'll be taken care of for the rest of your life.
Wow, that'd be interesting. So
Yeah, it
all
would.
the stuff that we heard, like Hal Holbrook and the way you talked, all
Yeah.
like
We just
he talked-
assume he
talked
tries to
that.
talk like a Southern boy.
So they really knew him for his penmanship.
Oh, absolutely.
That was his voice.
Yes, it was.
Wow, that's interesting. Huh. Kind of. I remember at Woodlawn School we had all those books in the library that we would read. I remember.
You really ought to watch The Mysterious Stranger. It's really unusual, and it has almost esoteric, for want of a better word.
So is that's a movie or a short? Or
It's a short. It's a claymation, I think. Somebody did it with the little clay figures.
figures.
Yeah. But the story is The Mysterious Stranger.
Interesting.
Oh, I have an interesting story about when he was courting Livy. Can I go first person on this?
Sure. Whatever
Okay.
you want.
when I approached Livy's father and asked for her hand in marriage, he told me, "Oh, I will agree to it if you can provide me 3 testimonials that say that you would make a wonderful husband, and I'll give you 1 year to do it." Hell, he could have given me 6 years. And a year later, I come back and I said, "Well," he says, "have you got any testimonials?" And I said, "Well, I do have a letter here from from a friend that says I'm going to be a great writer someday, but would probably be the worst husband on the face of the earth." He says, "Now think about it, Sam. Isn't there somebody that can write you a testimonial?" And I thought and thought and I thought, "No, I can't think of anybody." He says, "Now come on, Sam, you got to think of somebody." And I thought and thought and I said, "I'm sorry, I can't think of anybody that would write one like that." And he looked at me, he says, "Well, Sam, I've known you now for a couple years, so I'll write that testimonial for you."
So you bribed him.
Probably.
Jackie Moore said Stuart is really interesting to listen to.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Jackie, let's back up here.
What?
Stuart's wearing a dress. That's the first part.
Jackie, Stuart's wearing a kilt, and Bud is a cretin. Was it able to understand that and type it out as cretin?
Oh, God.
Stuart's wearing a dress. Mark Twain never wore a dress. He was always a debutante, I would say.
Debutante. Dapper. Dapper
Yeah.
is the right term.
Dapper Dan. I'm a Dapper Dan man. I don't want no goddamn
No,
fop.
you're a cretin. That's what the hell you are.
I don't want no goddamn
I
fop.
think I like that word.
I'm a Dapper- That's a great movie.
Cretin?
No, oh brother, where art thou?
Oh,
I'm a Dapper Dan man.
I was going to say, how the hell did we
Jackie
get into that?
says, Jackie says, laugh out loud, I'm married to an Irishman.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's what, is Stuart Irish or British?
Yeah, I got something about how you get.
There, I'm number 1 3 times. I told you I would do it.
We used to go to Galena every February for our anniversary, and we stayed at the, what the hell was it? Something Boutique Hotel. And they got a huge photograph of Mark Twain on the wall, and I'm standing there looking at it. Yeah, Irish Boutique Hotel. Mark Twain was Irish. And I'm standing there looking at it, and the manager comes out and says, "Can I help you, sir?" And I just turned to him and I said, "I was just wondering why y'all had a photo of me hanging on the wall." And he looks at me, he looks up, he looks at me, and he goes, "Mr. Twain." We walked into the bar, and the bartender's like, "Mark Twain has just entered the room."
Did you get free drinks?
No, I wish. They had 17 different kinds of scotch. I made it through like 6 the first night, and Doc said, "That's it. I ain't carrying you back to the room." So had to
I
stop.
haven't been to Galena in a long time.
Yeah, it's been a couple years since we've been there.
Have we ever gone there, Lisa? We went there once, I think.
Oh,
We stayed at a
decade plus
B&B
ago.
there one time up on the hill that was fabulous. It was an old mansion. The what? Feltus? Okay. Anyway, it was right up there on the bluff overlooking the town. It was beautiful.
You stayed there or was it a place to eat?
No, we stayed there. It was a B&B.
Okay, all right.
And in our room, the window just had a balcony, and you looked out on the town. It was really
awesome.
nice.
That's a nice town. It's great tourists. I mean, Route 20 makes that town. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
It's the artery from Chicago.
Otherwise, you can't get there from here.
Exactly.
Let's see. Regarding how he looks, daughter Susie once put in her diary, she says, "Daddy is a handsome man with silver curly hair and dancing blue eyes." Don't think I could have described myself much better. I've been complimented many times, and they always embarrass me. I feel like they haven't said enough. I was born modest, but it didn't last. One time on a public speaking tour, someone asked a particularly interesting question, and I was gratified to be able to answer promptly. I said I didn't know. Hi.
I thought he would say indubitably.
Why?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what Keith would always say, indubitably.
messing with
The
the
hell?
mojo by moving.
No, you're fine.
About
So-
this time next year, I should be about 71 years of age if alive. Pretty much the same if dead. I love
What was that?
Queen-isms. Why is it we rejoice at a birth and grieve at a funeral? It is because we are not the person involved.
Okay,
What's the matter, bud?
nothing.
Wrinkles
Have we
should
had a lot
merely.
of people on?
I'm not monitoring it on Facebook, so
Oh.
I don't know what the number is, but there's a lot of chit chat. There's chit
Oh.
chat comments.
Wrinkles should merely indicate where smiles have been, which means that this clown has been happy for a long time. Check out them wrinkles. Life would be infinitely happier if we could only be born at the age of 80 and gradually approach 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The two most important days of your life are the day you were born
The day you die.
and the day you figure out why.
Why you were born?
Well, I have noticed that as I get older, my memory seems to be improving. I now remember vividly things from my youth, whether they happened or not.
That is probably
That
the most
sounds like
truthful
something Bud
statement
would
of
do.
Stuart that I've ever heard. 'cause
And
he's
you.
old. What do you mean?
What do you mean? I don't know. I didn't say nothing.
Aren't you just the camera person tonight?
Fine.
All right.
Be respectful to your superiors, if you have any, also to strangers and sometimes to others. If a person offends you and you are in doubt as to whether it was intentional or not, do not resort to extreme measures. Simply watch your chance and hit him with a brick. That will be sufficient.
Oh, I like that one.
Let's see now. I've got some words of wisdom here.
I thought those were words of wisdom.
No, these are things that Mr. Twain, and myself, have gleaned over the years.
Do I need to remind you with the card?
What was that quote?
Familiarity breeds contempt and children.
What was that quote about the diaper being full of shit?
What?
That's what congressmen and babies have in common.
Yeah.
That's why they should be changed regularly and for the same reason.
I thought you said that's what Stuart and babies have in common.
Oh, I got something in my eye.
Oh, fourth time, yeah. I'm number one 4 times.
Crystal Collinson. Hello. What did I just stumble upon?
How you say in America, clusterfuck?
Are we allowed to use that word?
We just
am.
did, I guess.
I'm sorry. If I'm offending anybody, I'm sorry.
You offend me.
Oh, Stuart, when you drove in the driveway, I had anxiety.
Why?
Stuart's here.
So?
Okay. Do I need to say
It's a
anything?
love-hate relationship.
Yes.
Oh,
I
yeah.
hate it when
I
he's
love to
here,
hate
and
it.
I love when he leaves.
And I love to hate Bud. Oh, here's a good one.
Mike Lubb says, "What did Bud say? What did you just say?"
CF.
What, you use the F word?
CF, Mike. CF. Cluster, and I won't say the other word.
Oh, what Bud said. He says, "What Bud said."
Why, what'd Bud
I gotta
say?
put-
I'm not paying any
I guess
attention.
my glasses aren't. Oh, Mike says, "Tell Gramps to calm down."
Mike who?
Lubbs.
Oh. Yeah, he always gets his, his dress.
I don't think he's
in a
talking
bu-
about me.
His panties in a bundle because he's wearing a dress. I won't say undies. We're going to say panties.
Let's see. Here's something you might agree with. Every time you stop a school, you will have to build a jail. What you gain at one end, you lose at the other. It's like feeding a dog on his own tail. It won't fatten the dog.
That makes
We ought
no
never do wrong, especially when people are watching. So always do right. This will gratify some people and astonish the rest.
Is that something like Phineas J. Wolfie, you're the greatest?
I like to think so. Yeah.
Okay, I thought so.
My sweetie thinks I'm great.
Well, I need to talk to Marianne.
She's a psychologist. She really needs to talk to you.
She understands me completely.
No, she's got the paperwork sitting on her desk. Actually, I think she's got the paperwork for both of us sitting on her desk.
Brian,
Yeah.
I haven't drank in over 35 years, but I'm very, very close.
Speaking of that,
I'm ready
not
for a wee
drinking-
dram. Huh?
Not drinking, but you remember Marty that?
You want me to get you one?
garden stock?
I'll just put you guys on the full camera. I'll go get you one.
One of my friends.
I'll take a wee dram.
One of my friends from Garden Stock. He's real tall. He helped for a few years out back
Oh,
with
okay.
parking and that. He's going through tough times. He's fighting cancer. So.
Oh, God, I hate to hear that.
Yep.
Hate to hear that about anybody. Do these cats get along with each other?
Oh yeah.
Huh.
Fuzzy and Garf. They love each other.
I don't know. That one's giving the other one a look like.
Well, Garf always they watch each other and they
Yeah.
try to.
Let's see. Here's another pearl of wisdom for you, bud.
Oh my God! Here we go.
You should never do anything wicked and lay it on your brother when it is just as convenient to lay it on some other boy.
That's how's that? Is that like something like pass the buck?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. I think.
And we like a man to come right out and say what he thinks, as long as we agree with him.
Yeah.
Kindness is a language the deaf can hear and the blind can see, can read.
That'd be a good one.
Yep. Oh, he had a lot of good ones. If you pick up a starving dog and feed him and make him prosperous, he will not bite you. This is the main difference between a man and a dog. If you always tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. And for Bud, everyone talks about the weather, but nobody ever does anything about it.
Believe me, Stuart, if I could do something about the weather, I would. But I can't. Oh no. She's gonna feed Mark alcohol.
Oh yeah, it's time for a wee dram. Hell, I've been around you for like 20, 30 minutes and I haven't had a drink. I need
Wait a
one
minute.
now.
Oh, it's longer than that. It's been about 45 minutes.
Oh, good Lord. Better a man should, here's a good one. This is for you, Bud. Better a man should remain silent in company and appear foolish than speak and remove all doubt.
Here you go.
What did I say about Stuart being an ass and Mark being? I think was that Stuart or Mark?
Okay, next time I'll wear a white suit.
Was that Stuart or Mark that just made that comment?
Clothes make the man. Naked people have little or no influence on society.
Yeah, but they get more looks.
That's true, especially if they're a cutie. I don't know, it's kind of like, Bud. When angry, count to 4. When very angry, swear.
So that's why I
What is
swear
with
so
this-
much.
Yeah,
I know that painted lady has been nothing but flying down here the whole night.
she's going after my scotch.
They just brought it.
Oh, well, maybe she was
Just
waiting
almost
for a
landed
drink.
on my forehead. We're
I'm gonna be
attracting
nice.
butterflies.
Yeah. Under certain circumstances, urgent circumstances, desperate circumstances, profanity provides a relief denied even to prayer.
There's our butterfly.
Yeah. They say that too much of a good thing is bad, but too much good whiskey is never enough.
Is it still there?
No, not yet. She keeps landing right there. She's been flying around the whole freaking night.
Yeah. The secret to getting ahead is getting
There
started.
she is.
Yep. Hi, sweetheart. Here, you want a drink?
Oh,
Oh,
let's go
Here,
get
you
it.
want a
sleep
drink?
at the wheel.
Where'd
And
she
probably
go?
his
Is she
most
gone?
profound.
Yeah.
She'll be back.
She'll be
All right.
back.
She'll be back.
Stuart said his drink.
She
down.
likes me.
She's attracted to me, the sweet one.
Yeah. And I guess one of my favorite Mark Twain quotes is, "Let us endeavor so to live that when we come to die, even the undertaker feels sorry." To the undertaker.
Yeah, now you got it, and the butterfly hasn't been around.
I know.
Oh, wait a minute. There she is.
See, notice she's more on
move.
my side
Don't
than
move.
your side. Hi, sweetheart.
There's the painted lady.
Want some scotch?
Summer's so fun.
You.
Boy, she's really not moving now, is she?
Maybe I spilled some scotch on there. Here, this one's got scotch on it.
gone.
Nope, she's back. Nope, she's gone. Nope,
All right.
she's back.
So, is there any? I mean, we've been doing Mark and that, and Stuart's been here, and it's been really. She's back, boy. She just was really interested in us. Is there? If anybody's got any questions about anything or what's going on, we had a few questions this week about certain plants and stuff like that. While you're drinking, we can change the subject a little bit. Mark's taking a break right now, so we can talk a little bit about the plants. And I tell you what. This week, really the last couple weeks in the heat and everything, I tell you what, the kids and I call them kids, and they probably hate that because they want to feel like they're adults. But you know, hell, I think one of them, I think Ansley's 16, or 17, so they're kids. They could be my kids or whatever. They have really done a great job for us at Distinctive Gardens. I can't say enough about them. I just come home and tell Lisa the stories, and they're really paying attention to what they're doing. They're not just doing the job, but they're really paying attention to what they're doing and caring about what they do, and have worked through the heat like troopers. So it's been really, really a pleasure. Today they worked at Jennifer's house, and it was really nice. She had cold water for us, and you know, I had her come out and look at the front of the house, and told her, you know, I moved things around because I just decided to do a few different things, and she couldn't believe how fast everybody was working, you know, and everybody had their own job. So it was really pleasurable to do that. So, and we had deliveries today. You know, we had some people that bought some stuff online, and I had to deliver. So it was kind of nice, change of pace.
You work today?
Is there somebody here that's talking that we really give a shit about?
Okay, I'm done being nice to him.
All right, that's
When
good.
did you start?
Lisa made me.
Don't blame it on me.
Yeah, there you go, pulling her into the freaking picture.
Well, does anybody have any questions?
Yeah, about Mark Twain or anything.
Questions
Yeah.
about Mark Twain? Anybody
Or
got 'em?
anything?
Yeah, anything.
I can philosophize.
Crystal Collinson said, "Good to see you guys and hear you, Lisa. All the love to you."
Love
That
to
was
you
a
too.
comment earlier up. They were talking about the weather as well.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
like right now it is so, there's just no air.
Yeah.
There's no air moving at all.
Yeah, Carol Spencer said it's so dry and the ground is so hard you almost need a pickaxe to dig a hole to plant anything. Bud, that should
Let me just tell you, Carol, about the story about pickaxe. You know, I told
this week.
Yeah, I told everybody this week if they encountered Joe Reaver from Hollyhocks Farms to thank him, because he came the other morning, Thursday morning at 7 o'clock, and rototilled the concrete for us the best he could. And I'm telling you,
concrete.
it is so dry. It was so hard as a rock. And those kids, and Quinn, when they were planting those, they had to plant 7 huge ball and burlap trees that Joe couldn't rototill.
Oh, good luck.
And I saw Quinn swinging a pickaxe, you know, to break the ground to get the balls in. So, you know, they did a really, really bang up job. One of the weird things, let me tell you a weird encounter this week. So
I'm having one right now, but go ahead.
Stuart, you're number one. But anyway,
My mom always said.
on Wednesday when the kids were working downtown, they were working in Grummer's parking lot, and they were parked. You know, we have some of the kids meet that are from Sterling, there's no point in coming to Dixon and then going back to Sterling. So we
yeah.
just have a meet in certain areas. So Quinn had a meet in Grummer's parking lot, and they were there working in that. And Ansley had a car parked there, and Quinn said that they saw this guy sitting in the car and couldn't figure out what was going on. Well, pretty soon a cop showed up, and then the guy got out of the car and was talking to the cop, and Quinn didn't know what was going on. Well, lo and behold, and the guy was nice and he was honest, he sideswiped Ansley's car.
Oh,
So they got that taken
well, that's
care
a
of.
rarity.
Well, in a parking lot.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking like, I don't know how it happened. Maybe he was older or whatever.
Hey,
but
don't pick on older.
maybe he was like Mark Twain. But anyway, so
Senior.
the next day we were working at, I don't know if you know where the McPherson house is. It's great. It's really a nice place. It's a really pleasurable job collaborating with Scott Hibbard. And we were working there, and Jared had his truck out by the road. Now, this is the next day. Out by the road, Jared's truck got sideswiped, and the mirror got busted and scraped down the side. The very next day, so that's two kids. It was a twofer in a row, and Tom.
With our kids.
Yeah, our kids. I couldn't believe it. 2 days in a row. What are the chances that happened? And
There are some horrible drivers in northern Illinois.
Well, and they were able to get it off the camera, but they couldn't get a license plate. They saw the car, but
Yeah.
that's all they could do. And they could see the car that did it, but that was it.
Yeah.
They couldn't get anything off it. So I felt really bad.
Why?
I don't know. Because you're talking to Bud
Did
about
Mark Twain
sideswiping.
smoke?
What would Mark
Yes, he
say?
did.
Did he? Did he let the
I
cigarette
promised
smoke?
Livia. Livia said I need to do something about my smoking, so I just told her I will never smoke more than one cigar at a time.
So did they let the smoke go into their commentator's face that was over here?
Oh, hell yeah, at every chance.
No wonder Mark was an ass.
Hey, Jennifer Lubb said, I miss seeing all of you.
We miss
yes,
you
we
too,
miss
dear.
you too.
Yeah, we do.
Not Michael as much, but
Did you catch that photo she had she had purple dew going on with that? That was really cool. And I think
She's
that was
always doing stuff with her hair and stuff like
yeah,
that.
she's a sweetheart.
Yep, she is. She gives Matt Fichter a hard time. And
Well, duh.
Did you see?
The man thinks Black Sabbath is the best band in the world.
Did you see what he
Yeah.
posted, the 5? And did you see what I posted? I go, Matt, are you sniffing glue again?
Yeah, the Monkees.
Well, no, that's what he said.
Led Zeppelin wasn't even on the list. Should have been the only
he
one
said
on the
Black
list.
Sabbath, Black Sabbath, Black Sabbath, Monkeys, Black
Black
Sabbath. And I said, well, at least you got one good band, the Monkeys. I love going back and forth with him.
Yeah.
Is he here tonight?
No.
Oh.
Not that I can
Spiritually,
tell. I can
yes,
only see
mentally,
people that are
physically.
commenting. Oh, we got a new comment.
Oh.
Something about turning Bud's
Oh.
camera off?
Brian Ead says, I miss spending time with the head of security at Garden Stock.
Keyword there is head. It's
been really
swelling.
good.
It's swelling.
No, notice I don't have a hat on tonight because I didn't want to disturb my curl.
God.
This is my Mark Twain hair.
Well, I figured as soon as I saw you come up, I'm going like, oh my God. Mark Twain is in a dress.
You'll be in a kilt one of these years.
Yeah, you're such a dick.
On my fucking deathbed.
We can arrange that
Yeah, I know you can. No way.
sooner than later.
That's not going to happen, you guys.
That's true.
That's 3 F
always
bombs
said I'd never
tonight,
wear one.
sorry.
They're
Really?
damn comfortable on days like this. You get a breeze. You catch a breeze, you just go like this a little bit, catch a breeze.
You're on camera.
Anyway, you catch a breeze. And I mean, you got to pee, you just stand there.
And you're right. I know, Marianne, it's getting bad.
Oh, gosh.
Lisa, it's time to cut him off. And he just started drinking.
Oh, hell, it's going to get better now.
Oh, no. We're in trouble.
To your health, Lisa. Not to his.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Well,
Oh, is
I
this
suppose
the,
that could be probably, it's been about an hour, hasn't it?
Yeah. About
It
an
was
hour.
kind of fun,
Kinda.
making fun of.
Gee, listen to that.
Kinda.
That was kind of fun.
Kinda.
God.
Well, I'm glad you had fun.
I think the cats had fun. We'll
I
say
think
the
so.
cats
Well,
and the
that one did anyway.
And a butterfly would.
Oh yeah, she's gone now. You scared her off.
But, well, is there any questions or anything, Lisa, or anybody
No,
making comments?
no, they're just probably just rolling their eyeballs going, what in the heck is this?
There was a lot of alcohol consumed tonight.
There was not.
No, there wasn't. I'm still on my first wee drunk.
Well, you guys are way behind me.
Oh, so you're the problem.
Oh, you're the alcohol.
Oh, no.
Okay.
I am not the problem. I'm the solution.
Oh. huh.
When in doubt, drink.
That sounds like a Mark Twain
this
quote.
this is really an interesting thought that I might want to pursue. Brian Eade says, I truly believe that both of you were separated at birth.
Twin sons of different mothers.
I think
He
so.
was dropped on his head.
I think that.
I talked to his mom.
Oh, you
She
were
said-
drop kicked.
Ah, here's a good one. Did you white balance off Stuart late?
Hey, I got some sun on
Oh
them.
my God.
I did
yeah.
get some sun on them. I've been
I
wearing
don't know.
shorts for the last
I don't know.
week.
Let's go check out those legs.
Okay. Should I pull my kilt up? You can really see the white?
Oh, they are.
Oh, how's this?
Yeah, I don't know. I think
gets
that's gonna
real white.
blow out the whole video.
It gets much whiter as you go up here.
Yeah. No, we did not white balance here. No, I don't think so. That's a good one.
Who said that one?
Jennifer.
And I
Thanks,
thought
Jennifer.
you loved me.
Thanks, Jennifer.
I gotta watch what I'm doing.
Yeah, Jennifer, I
Watch-
thought you loved me.
She does.
She loves making fun of you,
Yeah.
just like we all do.
That was a
Stuart.
good one.
You're our punching bag.
Well,
Well, you know what? Before we sign off here, I wanted to tell you today, and I was excited, and that's why I wore my tie-dye shirt, not because Stuart was here, or Mark Twain
Poor
was here.
Stuart.
okay, next time I'll wear my F Bud shirt.
There you go.
That's all right. That's all right. But anyway, I was at the gas station this morning, and I was getting gas, and a car pulled up, and there he was. There was Bernie Buckley. And if any of you guys out there in video land know who Bernie Buckley was, you know that he had Paradox in Sterling. So I thought instantly, man, would that be awesome to have Bernie come on SippinTrip and talk about Paradox. So towards the end, he told me he was willing to do that, and that give him a call and set up the date at the end of July. And I told him that we had beer, and if you didn't like that we had scotch. So
No.
No,
Did not tell him that. Oh, Stuart.
you give
man.
Mark Twain
He's just
scotch.
like giving it up.
If you give Mark Twain scotch,
It's because
you
I
give
gave her the bottle.
This is Stuart's stash at our house.
bullshit.
This is the Shackletons, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, good stuff.
But anyway, so I'm really excited to hear the story behind Sterling's first head shop, Paradox, in downtown Sterling.
A regular?
Yes, but I bought concert tickets and I bought
Yeah.
albums.
Yeah, okay.
No, I bought my ticket to Boston and Journey there.
No bongs,
No, they had that.
no papers.
They had those. Pinch hitters.
See, notice he didn't say that he didn't buy any.
But anyway, I just thought it'd be really cool to talk to Bernie. I've known Bernie a long, long time.
God, I haven't been
So,
in a head shop in 50 years.
I just thought it would be really cool. So I'm excited
longer.
about that. And the other thing too, you guys, to let you know that I know that we had a lot of good comments on it, and I know we won't have a single one on tonight's show, but that's all right. But anyway, Gordon, we're gonna have Gordon back on. And
I like Gordon.
he was really cool.
he's
A really nice guy.
uh,
Man, he made me wish I was down south eating. I love
Oh my gosh,
okra.
when he started
I
talking
love,
about the food.
I love fried okra.
Well, I
I
told
love
him,
hush puppies.
you know,
I love
Yeah.
grits. I love. Oh man,
See, I don't like grits, but
I love all
you know the food and the stories is what
Barbecue.
You know, I felt like I wanted to ask him if I could come to their family reunion because I wanted to
And
hear
eat.
Well, not so much eat, but I want to hear the stories.
Okay, I want to go to eat. See if he'll invite me.
He said nobody that wears a dress is invited to his family reunion.
Now Gordon seems tough. He would wear a kilt.
Yeah, he'd wear a kilt.
Never.
Yeah.
I'll ask him.
Bud's
I'll
a
ask
wuss.
Gordon.
Can I look
I'll
at
ask
this?
Gordon.
Oh yeah.
Bud's a wuss.
I'll ask Gordon. Well, when he's on, I'll go, Gordon, would you wear a kilt? Not in your life. See, he said that.
No, you don't have the card. Stuart is the only one that has the card.
Stuart
card.
doesn't know. He couldn't change, Lisa. You tried.
What?
I most certainly can.
Yes, see?
All right. So is John on there?
I don't know.
Hope so.
I hope it was.
Stuart, are you ready to be done?
Yeah, save me from Bud.
John, please.
Please.
Come save us. Come save us.
Help me.
You know what? Today, one of the cool things is one of the kids I said some quote from a movie while we were there, and he knew the movie. These kids will play our game. And then the other thing is Connor. John.
Love you, John.
Love you, John. Peace.
Great show. Really enjoyed it. Peace and love, all of you.
Even to Stuart.
Except to Bud.
Oh, you too. You should just like kiss and hug and make up.
I don't
Well, he
think
does
so.
have
Yeah,
one
that ain't
dress.
gonna happen. Not in this life.
No tongue. No tongue.
Maybe in an alternate timeline, different dimension.
But anyway, one of the kids today.
Oh, we're done.
I know. I got to tell you the story because you know how I nickname everything like Stupid America. It used to be Super America and stuff. This kid was telling Jared where go to Aquamarine. And he goes, oh yeah, I know where that's at. And I'm going, are you talking about Opal Marina? And he goes, yeah. He goes, that's what we call it. And Jay goes, oh my God. He goes, he's a chip off Bud's shoulder. Anyway, all right, you guys, thank you.
Yep,
Hopefully it was
thank you.
cool and fun with me.
Oh boy.
I don't
No, it
know
wasn't.
what you think of the guy in the dress, but
It
anyway.
wasn't.
The guy in the dress is on the camera, so you just don't count.
So
Exactly.
You know what? Wait a minute, he's on the camera.
Oh no. Oh no. I got. Oh.
Give
Oh.
him rabbit ears.
Oh, I thought you were gonna
Okay.
do something obscene.
No, I
I think
was-
we're devolving now. So everybody, have a great weekend.
Yes.
Yep, stay
cool.
cool.
We'll
'Cause
see you
tomorrow's
next
supposed- I
Friday.
think tomorrow's supposed to be just as hot.
Really?
Give him the peace sign, boys.
guys.
Give him the peace sign.
See ya.
Make up, kiss
Thank
and
you.
make up. All right.
No,
Ah,
that ain't
no
gonna,
way.
Yeah, no,
that ain't
not
gonna happen.
All right. We'll see you guys.
We agree on
We
something.
sometimes-
We finally agree on something.